sensitive people do, that you have to switch it off, otherwise you go crazy. You can't go around and analyze everybody all the time. That would drive you nuts. So I simply don't put that head on. If I hear something that is really outstanding, of course I will notice. But it's not like I meet somebody and I immediately go, but what is that? What are they? I don't do that. But when I work with people, and I need a little bit of time as well. It's not like, hello, and then I know exactly. That's very rare. So when I work with people and they speak, they sing a little bit, perhaps, if we're working on that sort of vocals. And then eventually you start hearing things. And it's as well very typical things. It's not all about being sensitive. It's as well you learn that there are typical symptoms in the voice that mean certain things. Like you can always assume that if somebody is extremely quiet when they speak or when they sing, there is a reason for that. They have probably been told when they were kids, to keep quiet, not to be too loud, or not to... I love a friend of mine. She has this expression, not to be such a notice box, which I love. Basically keep it down. And this is mainly a female problem. And you can always tell, okay, and then you immediately know, okay, parents were probably a little bit like this, the environment was a little bit like that, and it rarely, never, ever fails because it's typical things.
Right. I have noticed that. Men do speak louder typically, so if you're trying to make a man's voice, you need to really be forceful to pull it off. You mentioned some people they read cards, and so or whatever to get the information that they're getting. So I'm assuming that this is some kind of a psychic thing. Is that correct? I don't like the word psychic so much. I would say I'm a sensitive, but that is not the main thing. What I do, I use it as a natural tool in the work that I do. I don't really distinguish between, okay, this is what I know from experience, this is a technical thing, or this is something that I sense. To me, it has just always been the way I worked. And the way that I got information from the people I work with. And it's something that I used to keep very quiet, actually, because I didn't want to freak anyone out. But now it has become more normal or more usual to work in this sort of way. So now I just go right out there and say, well, I do hear certain things. But I wouldn't call myself a psychic as such. I'm just quite sensitive to the energetic messages that I get from people and as well what I hear in their voice, because the voice is such a telling instrument. You hear everything in the voice, not just on an energetic level, but on a sound level as well. But there's nothing spooky about it. No, I didn't think that, but I just why I asked that was because I wanted to know, can you teach people how to do this so that they can do it in their own lives or help other people? And you were talking about that woman, it sounded like you taught her how to teach this. So when they go through your classes, your courses, your seminars, whatever, so then they want to take it to another level. Is that possible?
It is, yeah. But of course it depends what kind of type of person you are as well. But I have to say, most people that are attracted to the work that I do are on some level already open to these kinds of things, that they are open to working with energy and not just wanting to strictly work on a technical level, because basically as well I don't do that anymore. But I tend to teach both. I tend to teach about how how these things work and the typical symptoms that you can read and detect energetically. Of course, I teach the whole technical side of it as well. And if people have the ability to really read somebody's energy and somebody's voice, this is something that just naturally occurs. We start working with that as well. And I think it's a gift that just gets more and more nurtured as they are opening up for it, and seeing as it's not suppressed, it's not said that you can't do this. It tends to just evolve naturally. Does that answer your question?
Oh, yes, it does. And I thank you so much for taking my questions. I'm just very excited in hearing about this. So I appreciate you. Yeah.
You're very welcome.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Was that all of your questions, Sharon?
Yeah, that's all I had. I'm ready to listen to the rest of the show.
Okay. Thank you for calling in.
You bet.
Bye-bye.
Bye.